What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What is good, man? What's good? What is? It's another day, man. It's another day, man. It's another day, man. It's another day. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be alive, man. Y'all know what time it is. Hit that like button when you show up. Hit the like button when you show up. That's for real. Indeed, 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 man. Because guess what? You got a lot of people finna be in a terrible situation in the hours to come, right? So be thankful for where you at. Because a lot of people, man, finna be in a great deal of trouble in the hours to come, man. And that's for real, man. So y'all remember, hit that like button, man. I ain't no doubt. What's up, Mel? In the building. Y'all know what time it is. I ain't no doubt. I got people out there waiting, but they had enough sense to move around. You know what I'm saying? They had enough sense to go to dry land because you know what? It's one thing you can't defeat. You cannot defeat water. Can't defeat water on top of wind. Wind and water, you can't do it, man. So that's why I always tell y'all, man, be thankful for what you got and be thankful for where you at. Because you could be in the path of Hurricane Milton. Ain't no doubt. See, missed a couple of days. My other brother in ICU had to go home for a couple of days. It's all good, man. Ain't no doubt. So, you know, you got a lot of people in this world be complaining about a lot of things, especially where they at and they living conditions, right? Man, you got to always be grateful for the things you got, man. Don't worry about the things that you lose along in life, man. You know, because some of that, most, you know, especially when that stuff is material, all that stuff can be replaced, man. The only thing that can ever be replaced in life is life, right? But most of that stuff, it can be replaced, man. Especially if it's insured, right? We're going to get into it, man. You know, we're going to get into that, man. We're going to get into it because it's worth getting into, right? Not to mention all that debris that ain't no, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of debris go along with that. What's good, what's good, what's good, man? It's all good on my end of the field, man. Yeah, it's a great day to be in Texas. Put it like that. It's a great day to be in Texas, man. That's for real. Because on our end of the field, for those that's in Texas, the sun is out, man. You know, yeah, and they say don't mess with Texas, which is fine. They talking about if you're doing that other shit. But in the great state of Texas, the sun is out, man. That's why I'm wearing the Texas tee. That's why I'm wearing the Texas tee, man. Ain't no doubt. That's for real. Say, hey, man, I ain't never been in no hurricane, right? I ain't never been in no hurricane. I ain't never been face to face with that much water and wind, you know, because on our end of the field, it's just every now and then, you know what, y'all know where I'm coming from. On our end of the field, man, as far as when it get cold, the thing that you might need the most down here, man, is a hoodie. It don't get cold enough for all the mother jackets and all of that, man, you know. That's why, ain't no doubt, see? That's why I tell people to count your blessings, man. You know, be thankful you woke up this morning, man, because you know what? It's 68 people didn't wake up this morning that's unalive from that situation they're going through down there now, right? So if you one of the people that woke up, man, you got to be thankful for that, man. You know, and like I said, we always hear a lot of people talk bad about Texas, right? You know, we hear a lot of people talk bad about Texas, about its country, and you know, whatever all the stuff they say, right? But what we can say is this, is that so far, we've been fortunate enough not to be bombarded by that situation. Yeah, we got a cold one. See, we got a cold one coming this round. It's gonna be, that's fine. You know, people can deal with the cold because we know one thing. As long as you're not up under the bridge, you can get warm. And even the people that's under the bridge find a way to get warm by way of burning trash, you know, and all them type of things. So cold is fine, man. Just don't bring all the wind and debris and the ice, you know. And that's every now and then down here, man. It gets terrible. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, we gonna miss that. It ain't gonna be too much cold or wind blowing or where you got to put metal over the window and all of that, you know. Every now and then you gonna get a little something come through, but it ain't gonna be that much, man. It ain't gonna be that powerful, man, you know. But like I said, you always hear people on the front end complaining about what they ain't got and how they can't get it and where they at. You know, people in the streets right now, I'm talking about people that are safe in the streets, although they are homeless. You know, although they are homeless, I'm talking about the people you can get in your car, drive down the street, and you'll see them on the street corner homeless, right? Well, they are doing better than most people that are finna get hit by Hurricane Milton. Why? Because they know what they up against. But the people that's down there, they don't know what they up against. They don't know the outcome of their situation. You know, they don't know whether to stay or whether to go, right? And what I was told by, you know, like I said, I got family down there, however, they've took cover in Atlanta, Georgia. They're in Atlanta, Georgia right now, you know, and that's a blessing due to the fact because, you know, most people ain't able to get away from a financial standpoint, so they have to stand fast, which is crazy. You know, you got to stand fast and you can't even move due to the fact because the money ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell people all the time, man, it's essential, man, that you get out and make something happen as far as from a money standpoint, man, because you never know when that's gonna be needed, you know? And there's a lot of people just, you know, just in Florida right now just don't wanna leave. They ain't gonna leave. They say they gonna stay there and ride it out, right? Which is, you know, I don't understand that, but I'm not from Florida. They might see something I don't see, or they might know something I don't know. You know, they might feel like that if you seen one hurricane, you seen them all. And y'all know how that go. That's just what people have in their mind, and they conceive that way. However, I know one thing. I ain't no doubt. That's the hurricane about to say. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, so you can't do number, man. You know, you can't do number. Send your blessings that way, man, and hope if your family down there that they did the right thing. Because we know one thing, like I said, anything that's material in this world, you can get it back. But what you can't get back is a soul, you know? So I don't see why people risk that to stay. And when you can't do nothing anyway about your house, about your car, you can't do nothing about that. That's why you got to take the necessary steps when it ain't no hurricane around, right? If you know you in that area, you get full coverage. Hurricane insurance, whatever, all that, you know, all that bundle up into one thing, right? And that's what you do. So in case of a real emergency, like this emergency, guess what you can do? You can take whatever you're gonna take with you and leave and not have to look back on that particular situation because, hey man, listen to this up. You already faced with a real hurricane, right? A 5 that is. And then it ain't even gonna be there alone. That's what's crazy, man. It ain't gonna even be there alone. So you mean to tell me you gonna stick around for the hurricane, and the hurricane itself is depressing, right? It's a downer. I call it a downer. It's a downer, right? And then you gonna have to face the fact that it ain't gonna be no power. All your food, you know what I'm saying? All your food might be gone. Let me get this clown out here, man. We ain't doing no clown, we ain't doing no side shows today, man. Yeah, we ain't doing no side shows today, man. But like I said, man, it is what it is, man. It's a lot of people that's not blessed enough to be able to move around, man. But at the end of the day, people got to understand, man, that you can always get material things back, man. The material things in life automatically come back, man. So I don't think people should even stick around and worry about no clothes, no jewelry, and none of that shit. You can always get all that back. That's very small, man. That's minute, as I call it. And you can get that back without a problem. And that's for real. So, yep. Y'all hold on, man. All right, we back on the scene, man. Back on the scene, man. Let me get this clown right here out of here. Bye-bye. Yeah, so we ain't gonna have that today, man. What's good, what's good? Y'all been hit that like button when y'all show up, man. Like I said. So, it's just a you know, when you forewarn about such things, right? Ain't no doubt. You know, you already know I ain't gonna play with it. When you forewarned about a situation, you know, sometimes you can, you know, this situation really wasn't forewarned, man, because it created a situation and there was no time to get out, right? However, but it is other places to go versus staying there because there's nothing you can do about your situation and staying at home. You know, you can't do, they got shelters and all that in place, but nobody don't want to go to the shelter. You know, I've heard people say, I'm not going down, I don't want to go down there. I'd much rather stay at home. Well, that's the chance you take. You take a chance of being unalive and the people in the situation with you because you know if you stay, your kids might stay, especially if they small. They don't have nowhere to go. You know, they following the lead of you. That's why I say, sometimes, especially in this situation, you really, really have to use your head for more than a hat rack. In other words, you got to do a little bit of thinking, man. And right now, you don't have that long to think. You don't have that much time to think. You know, like I said, I'm not from a state where it's hurricanes and all that go on that, man. I'm from the great state of Texas, you know, where, you know, it stays hot. However, you know what you're dealing with. You know what you're dealing with. So that's why I always tell people, man, you can say whatever you want to say about Texas. You know, you can call it country, however you want to draw it up. But we all know this, though, that during the wintertime, you pretty much can dictate what you get. But when you're around all that water, you can't dictate what you get. You know, it's kind of like I'm listening to these weather people, right? And they give these hurricanes all these names. Name like Milton, you know. Name like Milton as if this is a person, you know, as if this is a person of interest. Well, it is a person of interest. Why? Because when it show up, it's so destructive And what it leaves in its path is unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable, man. But what I say is this, man. Milton, he come to claim people. People that don't believe that the situation gonna be bad. And these are the people that stayed at home. Yeah, he was a slave holder. I don't know about that, man, but I'm saying the name of the hurricane is Milton, man. But it never seemed to amaze me how these media people make up these names, right? I'm gonna have to do a little research on that to find out where they come up with the names at, right? Because they always come up with a name as if this particular hurricane is an actual human being, right? But we do know this. It destroys any and everything in its way. In other words, it come to put work in and it leaves. And unalive a bunch, ain't no doubt. You know, it's kind of like, hey man, that's why I try to tell people, man, you know what? Never moving the East Coast to risk only for 2% of homeowners affected had, oh man, that's good looking, that's good information, man. You say never move to the East Coast, too risky. Only 2% of all homeowners affected had insurance to cover them. Why would I move down there? Why would I do that? You know, that don't make no sense. If you move to a hurricane state, right, and everything you do and it gets affected, only 2% of homeowners affected had insurance. Why would I put me and my family in that situation when there's no insurance? Come on, man. That's why I tell people you got to use your head for more than a hat rack, man. And I understand it's the great sunshine state and all that come with it. But with Florida, it requires a certain type of situation and certain things to happen when you in that state. And one of them is you're gonna be subject to this. Ain't no doubt. Gotta start from zero, then the story said. What's good, big face? It's all good on my end, man. We just talking about this real human by the name of Milton. You know, that's what the media people and the weather forecasters, they done gave my name Milton, you know. AKA Milton is a category 5. And it's not gonna end well for the people in Florida. Although some people chose to stay, as if they stay, it's gonna make a difference. Well, newsflash, it ain't gonna make no difference if you go or if you stay. But you getting a double whammy if you stay. Why? Because some things are gonna be destroyed. And if you in that, some things, your home is gonna be destroyed, right? So why stay and then that get destroyed and you don't have no power or nothing? You just stayed to be staying. That don't make no sense. So you might as well book it and go somewhere else. As you can see, 75 in Florida, people was on the freeway running out of gas. You know, one person said they had been on the freeway at a standstill for 4 hours and run out of gas, right? And the water was already rising, man. Oh, here we go, free Diddy. Come on, man. We ain't talking about Diddy today, man. We on another serious note. We'll get back to Diddy when he show up in court. Ain't no doubt. Most of all do the better. Ain't no doubt. That's like a zombie movie. Who you telling? Ain't no way that I'm gonna move from a spot where there's no hurricane that affect me, and then I gotta go through this. Stuck in traffic and they coming. Ain't no doubt. You know, we all seen the movie Zombie. Ain't nothing you can do. Well, that's the same way with that water because it's gonna rise. It ain't gonna discriminate. If you stuck on that freeway, that ain't gonna stop that water from keep coming up. It's gonna keep rising, right? Until Mother Nature decide, you know what, it's over, you know? But it's not gonna come in a form to where it ain't gonna take nobody with them. It's just designed like that, man. Especially when you stay on that end of the field. And I tell people, shit ain't gonna end well. We all shall see. We all shall see. It has already claimed 68. We're gonna see what happens now. Why is one most? Ain't no doubt. Yeah. That's why it's essential that anybody living on this earth drink water, right? It's a double-edged sword. It can either make you or it can break you. One of the two. However, it's gonna be here and it ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be here. It's just unfortunate that it's finna do these people real bad down there. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna end well, man. It's gonna be a lot of people affected by this. And that's why I say in the next upcoming hours, you will see how bad it is. And I really do believe a lot of people that stayed gonna wish they hadn't stayed, because they said, the scientists say, man, that this is the worst one of all. And when they say it's the worst one of all, you got to believe them. You know why? Because this is what they do. This is their job to report this type of stuff. And ain't no fake in it. However, a lot of people live day to day and they don't prepare for situations like this. I saw a video last night on YouTube where one gas station fuel truck ain't no doubt. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So if you looked on any kind of social media, you'll see them people were stuck on 75. Some of them people say they had been there for 4 and 5 hours and couldn't move. So therefore, guess what happened? When you run that car that long, if it don't have no eco boost on it where it cuts off, 9 out of 10, you're gonna run out of gas. And that's for real. And that's what happened in them situations. But like I said, it's an unfortunate situation, man. And ain't no flying. All the airports been shut down. So which way do you go? Which way do you go? In other words, what I'm saying, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. And there's a lot of people decide to stay, man. But if I stayed in the great state of Florida, I think I've been one of those people that went the other way and worry about what's in the home later. Because if it's insured, you might get it back. And if it's not, you ain't gonna get it back. Anybody that dealt with, the Red Cross and FEMA and all that, well, they don't move fast. Anything that's by the government don't move fast. So, it's gonna be years and years before all that stuff is built back up, man. Some people gonna lose their home that can't rebuild it. Why? Because they up in age, they old, and they don't have the financial status to get it back where it need to be. So I think people should really think a little bit more about when they decide to move into certain areas, man. Especially if you plan on being there for a long period of time, right? Florida's a great state. I've been to Florida, right? But I wouldn't go to Florida to live. It will only be for vacationing. It wouldn't be to reside. Couldn't do it. Why? Because situations like this, and this shit ain't to be played with. This shit is so serious, man, that I don't think people realize it. But the people from Florida seem to understand what they got going on. That's why some of them say, you know what? I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna hang it out. I'm gonna ride it out. I'm just gonna hang around, and whatever happen. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Like I said, this is. They say this is the worst one of them all, man. This is a 5, and it's bringing everything with it. It's bringing the wind. It's bringing the water, and all the debris with it. Right? Well, me and a whole lot of other more people, we gonna watch it from afar. What I mean from afar, in a whole nother state. So if you got anybody in Florida, man, check on your people at the end of at the end of Milton. At the end of Milton, man, cause I'm anticipating the power to be out down there for a substantial amount of time. and nobody's gonna be able to call nobody. You know, that's just the way that is. If they still in that situation. A lot of people have evacuated though. A lot of people have evacuated. They took heed and understanding that ain't no living this down, man. If you around, you putting everything on the line right now, right? However, you know, it's people gonna stay. It's people staying right now on boats. That's crazy. You know, you expect to survive on a boat, you know. But who am I to speak? You got a lot of people ain't got nowhere to go, and that's what they saying. Shit, this is all we got. We ain't got nobody in another state, or we can go live with them. You know, most of all those people were raised there, and all of their family stay there. You know, you got a lot of people that's all they got is people that's in Florida. So it ain't like you can go around the corner or go down the street or, you know, go to Atlanta, Georgia, or drive down to Miami. A lot of people ain't got that shit. So what do? They got no choice but to stay there and suffer the consequences or repercussions of Mr. Milton. And it's crazy how this hurricane, and it's crazy about how all the other hurricanes, they name them as if they are really people, you know? And they not going, this hurricane not going to even be there long. It's going to come to raise hell, and it's kind of like it's going to go back home, you know? Some say blame it on the government with the climate control. You know, I don't know. I ain't no fucking scientist, you know? All I know is this is what's going to happen, and it ain't going to end well for a lot of people. First one, 68 unalive people. Who knows what this here will bring? But I know I wouldn't want to be the one that wake up in the morning in my house that I didn't leave, and there's a fucking alligator swimming in the water. Y'all hear me out? Would you want to wake up in the morning, or, cause I ain't gonna even say wake up, cause ain't no sleeping. Ain't no sleeping doing this shit. Ain't no sleeping during this time. You ain't even going to sleep. You're gonna be up the whole time, cause it's gonna be a rumble in the jungle. However, how would you feel waking up or just being up, period? What's good, Selatone? How would you feel just being in a house? Picture yourself this, you in a house, Hurricane Milton come through, rips through your shit, and that makeshift steel you had over your window, all that shit is gone, right? And Hurricane Milton brings everything with it into the house. I'm talking about gators and all, right? How do you not panic when you see this shit? You know, I'm talking about up and close, where it used to be your sofa sitting down there. Now you got gators down here, right? So that make you got to stand up on the fucking counter or chairs or something inside of your home, right? This is what I don't get. Why would people want to stay behind to see this? This is the kind of hell that Milton is bringing with him, you know? And he gonna claim some people. He gonna claim some people. But like I said, you got people that cherish the material things in life that you can get back, right? You can get that car back. You can get that queen size, king size bed back. You can get that dining set back. You can get all the things that you spent your money on. You can get them back, right? But you cannot get back a life. So why not leave? If you got an opportunity to leave, it ain't worth hanging around. It ain't worth it. But however, this shit is so crazy. You see people out there now waiting to create content. They waiting to create content on TikTok and on all these social media sites to show to the whole world how fucked up their situation is. Come on, man. People doing that right now. for clicks, likes, and views to get their channel up. They willing to put it all on the line to show the whole world what Hurricane Milton looked like, only to create content. Come on, man. I can't make this up. I can't make it up. You can't make it up. Can't nobody tell me, like I said, what will make a person stay and be willing to go through all of that. What makes a person stay? I don't understand it. I really don't. You much rather stay in a house that's probably not even paid for than get on the road for safety. Because most of them people ain't even got insurance on them houses. Most of them houses ain't got insurance on it. Most of that stuff that's in them houses, they not gonna write that down as a write-off and give it to the insurance company. You ain't got enough time to do all of that shit. Yeah, you ain't got enough time to do all of that, but yet and still, you want to stay behind and see what happens. Come on, man. That's why I guarantee you, out of those 68 people that were unalived in that last hurricane, I guarantee you, some of those people stayed behind only to try and create content for social media sites. And now they're not here no more. But for the people that didn't have no choice, we can exclude them. But y'all been seeing it like I have, right? It's people just stand behind and putting everything on TikTok and all this miscellaneous stuff just to show the world that, hey man, I'm doing this and this is what I'm doing. I'm not going nowhere. Come on, man. This shit ain't no game. This shit is real life events. Real life events. And people making it as if it's a joke. Shit ain't no joke. Yeah, it only becomes real when somebody comes up missing. That's when it becomes real, right? Up until then, ain't nobody leaving. Why? They want to create content. You know, people want to create content. You know, people want to create content. And that's crazy. Instead of just going to safety and not worried about what you trying to show the rest of the world, man. You can't make it up, man. So like I said, if you got anybody in Florida, man, make sure you call and check on your people. Because this might be the last time you see those people if they don't get out. If they don't get out, man, this might be the last time you see them. However, I hope it's not. I hope it's not the last time you see your people if they stay in Florida, man. But for me, whoever in Florida, if you stay behind only to see what happened, you deserve to get whatever you got coming, man. That's if you were able to leave and you didn't leave. Because when Milton show up, he ain't gonna be nice. It's gonna be more casualties in the next few days coming up. And that's real. So anyway, man, I didn't plan on staying here that long today. I just want to tap in and give my 2 cents on Hurricane Milton. I'm not from Florida, so I don't know what the mindset is of people that's in Florida. I don't know. But if it was me, I wouldn't, and if I could get out, I'd been gone. But most people can't get out, man. Most people can't get out, man. So for those that's still up, y'all better than me and the people that I know. And that's real. Y'all way better than me and the people that I know. So until next time, man, I'm out of here.